Now, the prophets wrote God's words on a scroll, usually an animal skin or a paper made from a plant fiber. This is papyrus. It's made from a plant that grows in and around water. And when the fibers are pressed together, they make a very tough paper. Of all the surfaces that the scriptures were written upon, papyrus was the least durable, and yet it's very strong. Animal skins were also used, and they were even tougher. Now, when you took these pieces of papyrus and you stitched them together or glued them together into a long sheet and rolled them up, what you ended up with was a scroll. Scrolls were the forerunner of our modern day books, and some of them were very long, up to 35 feet or 10 meters in length. They're still used in some places today. If you go to Israel today and you visit Jerusalem, if you go to the Western Wall, you'll see them being used in the religious observances there. And some of them are very elaborate. It's really quite fascinating. For our purposes, all we need to know is that this is how the scriptures were originally recorded by the prophets. Those originals that the prophets wrote on were called autographs. Since the autographs had limited lifespans, copies were made of the scrolls. But such copies, and all by hand, the writer's awareness that what was being recorded was God's own word resulted in one of the most remarkable photocopying jobs ever done. In writing the Hebrew text, it's been said, they used every imaginable safeguard, no matter how cumbersome or laborious, to ensure the accurate transmission of the text. The number of letters in a book was counted, and its middle letter was given. Similarly with the words, and again the middle word was noted. This was done with both the copy and the original autograph to ensure that they were exactly the same. These scribes were so accurate in their transcription that when in 1946 the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in these caves and compared with manuscripts resulting from centuries of copying and recopying to a period of time 1,000 years later, there were no significant differences in the text. Now think about this for a moment. The Dead Sea Scrolls were written about 100 BC. At that time, copies were being made and copies of copies, and along the way those copies were all lost or destroyed, till the oldest manuscript we had was from around 900 AD, about 1,000 years later. Now for centuries, that was the oldest manuscript we had of a very big portion of the Bible. Well, when in 1946, a shepherd boy pursuing his lost goat discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we were able to compare the two, they found out that there was no significant differences in the text. That's quite remarkable.